어, While we wait, I'm just gonna tuck into doing my mind in. I need to do at least a couple hours of it to get my power back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, right?
Look, it's not like I'm
Mhm.
enlisting in the army of Duvall here. It's just we gotta fight at least some of these things, I guess.
We can always check the ravine, see where that goes.
And fight something worse than zombies or vampires.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You know what's down there. I'm sorry for your next.
You would like to climb down there while the rest of us are recovering. We have rope.
I think I want to do that.
Did you say you plan on heading down there, Franklin?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see how I want to do this. Anybody else going with him?
It will take me a significant amount. I think it will take me like 5 hours to get my PowerPoints back. So
yeah, sounds like you're on your own, Franklin. Excellent.
Yep.
You got rope with you? Let's see what gear you have. You getting rope from somebody?
I assume it'd be nice to at least get a little rope down. If we can find another option instead of just going up there and doing what the man says, I'd rather do that.
I think we've only got rope. Whatever rope we use to get you.
Yeah, great. So whoever's got rope is giving it to Franklin. Excellent. Okay. You are able to walk out past this phalanx of Nosferatu, head back down the corridor and back down to the cavern where you fought Tenna and obtained the string. Make me an athletics roll that we will use for both securing the rope and climbing down it.
All right.
Yeah, little tricky, but between the rope and some footholds, you are able to sort of half lower and half rappel down about almost 50 feet, right? Until your feet are on firm ground. After about 24 feet, you pass through that blue sort of misty layer. So now, even with what I will now refer to as the Bobcat hood, you cannot see beyond that blue misty layer. So you can only see about 30 feet above you. What's the plan now that you're down here?
The plan? Honestly, the plan is really we're exploring, right? We're gonna explore. I probably don't know what's down here, so I think I'm gonna try to do it as stealthily as possible. But That's
Mhm.
that's all I have. I don't need to carry a light source because the hood is like night vision. So
Great. Roll me a roll me a stealth roll.
I'm gonna use a Benny. That was a good Benny.
Yeah, like a bobcat, you slink along and find there's some additional like outcroppings of those blue crystals. The the ground beneath your feet seems to slope downwards a little bit, but it is gradual enough that it does not interfere with your footing, and it's just pronounced enough that you are able to notice it. But in terms of anything living, you don't see anything, and nothing sees you.
Um, if, while I'm exploring, do I ever get like? Do I ever feel like a breeze coming from somewhere, or like can I smell anything? And then
I think the answer to both of those, even without a roll, is no. It is, well, certainly, the answer is no to a breeze, right? The air is dead still. In terms of smelling anything, other than it smelling sort of damp down here, you don't get anything more specific than that.
I think I'm gonna keep on heading that way.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there, at least as of yet, there's not a lot of branching options in your exploration. It is a crevice. You can go one way or the other.
Yeah.
Roll me a stealth roll, please. Or roll me another stealth roll.
Yeah, another one. Okay.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
Excellent. Make a notice roll for me. Yeah, you see. Where did they go? You see about 30 feet further down the 30 feet further down the crevice, you see two of those horned serpents that were fighting along with Tenna earlier. They look a little bit, well, they look exactly like that. They are staring dead at you. And interestingly, they hiss and turn and move rather rapidly away from you.
Those snakes know a bobcat when they see one.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing down here is Bobcat. Ain't nobody else down here. Uh, this is me only now speak. This is seeing like the point where most people would. I think it's the high logical thing to turn around. But it's not me. I'm finna keep on going.
Mhm. Go deeper.
Yeah, fantastic. Make me a notice roll.
I'm noticing.
Yeah, you move forward, and the two things you notice are one, about 50, 60 feet ahead of you, the crevice that you've been walking seems to widen a little bit, and it looks like there may be a cactus up ahead. The second thing you notice is that despite the fact that you have moved far enough down this crevice to easily be not just at, but beyond the location where you saw those two horned serpents, you don't see any tracks.
Oh my god. Tracks. Can I make some type of roll to know if a cactus down here is even somewhat natural?
Sure. I think occult, weird science, like hell, even faith or religion I'd allow.
Okay, so this is not common knowledge. Okay, that's yeah.
There's a 0% chance that there should be a cactus down here. Like, where's there any light?
I know. I know. It's just like some shit growing in the dark, right? All right.
You hear a voice. Don't turn back now, Mr. Saint. Only a few more steps. You'll be just fine.
Okay, now he think I'm pussy. I gotta go.
In case you're curious, or in case it doesn't come through, that's the dealer talking to you.
Fuck it. He was kind of a cool dude, and I'm gonna keep on going. I'm gonna keep on.
All right. As you go further down the crevice, you see that it broadens and widens, and it becomes lighter and lighter. You can see it seems almost as if there is daylight ahead. What appeared to be a cactus from where you were standing was really, as it turns out, as you approach, the dealer is standing down here. He appeared to be a cactus, but it was really just him sort of backlit. Right. It's the first thing that made sense, because it certainly made more sense than finding another humanoid down here. He says, "Well, Mr. Saint, so glad you decided to go exploring. It's only a few more steps. You'll be denizen of my world. Come, let me show you around.
What you got going on, man? What's this?
Come with me, I'll show you.
Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna go.
Okay. You walk with him, and as you do, he says, "Well, I'm so glad you've decided to join me down here. Your services will come in quite handy. Plenty of things to shoot down here." And he gestures around, and as he does, as you look from in the direction from where you just came, you no longer see the crevice that you walk down. You are in a sun-bleached desert, virtually featureless, and the dealer just gestures, "All of this is yours, Master Saint. I hope you enjoy."
What the hell are you talking about?
He disappears.
Uh-huh. I gotta kill that man. I don't know, some way, somehow, I gotta kill him. All right. I'm gonna keep moving forward. If there's no way back, you gotta keep going forward.
Great. Make me a notice roll.
I'm hashtag noticing again. I'm a
Mhm.
noticer.
It feels like you've been walking for hours and nothing has changed.
Hey, it's the same. I look behind me, everything's still the same back there.
Mm-hmm. What's your plan?
Honestly, my plan is honestly to never stop moving. I think I'm just gonna keep on. I'm gonna find my own path.
Okay. Given that that is the case, oops. Yeah, if you could please give yourself 2 points of fatigue as you, after what seems like countless hours of walking, you fall unconscious, and a slight breeze begins to blow as sand is covering your unconscious body. Let's return to the rest of the party.
I don't know what happened. I think everything in my house just like restarted for a second.
Mhm.
Did you say anything after that?
Yeah, just give yourself 2 points of fatigue. You are unconscious, and you are currently being covered up by windblown sand.
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
Cool.
I'm gonna do that when I get the chance though.
Yeah, no
Or
worries,
if
no
you
worries.
do it for me.
How long is Franklin missing for the rest of us? Because
I mean,
after
Franklin-
like
Right. Franklin
20
doesn't
minutes,
return.
there's something to.
Yeah.
Anyone want to give a shout down to him?
Abigail will do so. Franklin!
Are you heading back down into the cavern, or are you just calling out from where you are right now?
I mean, I'll head into the antenna cavern.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
not going to climb down.
Yep. No, you call out and hear nothing other than the echo of your own voice.
Oh dear. Oh boy. I will go back to everybody and the rope is still there, so we can go down after Franklin. I'm worried he may have fallen or hurt himself or...
Yeah,
I was gonna say
best
something
do.
when he walked off by himself that was a bad idea, but
I don't think telling him that would have stopped him.
nope. Okay, who needs like fuck. Oh, all right. It's been like 20 minutes, right, since we sat down. Or how long was it until Franklin started wandering after we settled?
I mean,
Yeah,
it sounds to me, and Oni certainly correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds to me like you all settled in to get some rest, and he turned around and went back to explore.
Seems about that. Seems about right. I want to say it's like probably 10, 20 minutes of just sitting there for a while. And then like, yeah, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, so I mean, it's really like, now that I think about it, it's really up to the five of you how long it's been. Because I mean, the bottom line is he hasn't come back, right? And so, however long you want to say you've waited, right, for this to have happened, it's. I think it's fair to say it's up to you guys.
Well, the longer he's gone by himself, the more dead he is. But we're also tapped.
Yeah, we should at least
Mhm.
get ourselves an hour to make, one recovery's worth of power points or something.
And I can go look for him.
Oh, then you'll be lost.
Yeah, I don't think it's a great idea for anyone to be wandering off. At this point, we come to think of it, had I thought about it when he said he was going down, I would have reminded him that we saw some of those things escape down there. But I didn't think about it at the time.
All right. Well, but what if he is in trouble?
To be honest, I think we're going to find him either alive and fine or dead. I expect after this amount of time, there's not going to be much in the middle ways. I'll come with you if you're set on going now.
Well,
No,
don't you need
Do what I can.
Hold
don't
on.
you need
you-
resting?
if we're going in a few at a time, I can go now while me and Thomas can go run, try to get him, while you guys rest for a bit and get what you need.
I still have. I will slide another shell into my shotgun since I think I fired one during the fight. I still have plenty to go. I think it's best if we all move or we all wait, but
I think I agree with that. Try not to
All right.
increase the number of lost parties.
At a minimum, Thomas, can you go down and just make sure he didn't immediately fall and break his fucking neck?
Mm,
I mean, he
That I
rolled
could-
before, so I figured he'd be able to do it again.
that I could probably do.
Or if you're gonna range, do not range outside of yelling distance. I'll just keep hollering from up here, and the second you can't hear me anymore, turn the fuck around. It should
I'll
give
be
you
safe.
quite a while.
Okay, help me out. Who's where at this point? How many people are staying where they are on the map we're currently looking at?
Me.
Okay.
I mean, I will at least move to the other room and finish my rest there.
Yeah, same.
Just so that if things immediately start going bad, we're all in the same area.
Okay.
Or Abigail will suggest doing that just so that we're all. I don't think walking is going to disrupt our rest, but
Yeah, I think sticking together is good. And
okay.
finishing
In
out.
that case, I'm gonna move some of you along here. As you walk out here, just so we've got the visual going.
what's going on, Duval? You stuck around.
Yeah, he just looks at all of you. I'll put you out here too, Franklin, just so you can see what's happening. He just looks at all of you and says, I'm sorry, has there been a change of plans?
No.
Where are you all going?
To
Back
retrieve our boy. He went down on the crevice.
Not the best term, Franklin. Friendle, other FR name. I'm gonna need somebody. Somebody's gonna have to.
Yeah.
But yes, we need to retrieve a friend of ours.
Why did he go down into the crevice? Was he trying to retrieve something?
Once he's wearing the mask, it's hard to actually understand what he does. He becomes kind of wild.
He is an intelligent and driven young man. Emphasis on the driven part. So he got a notion that he wanted to go, and then he tends to just do what the notion says.
Is there a reason he shouldn't have?
Well,
I mean, he is missing now.
I will.
Well, that is.
Well,
I meant, is there a reason from Mr. Duval's standpoint that he shouldn't have?
I will send some of my friends to help retrieve him from the bottom of that crevice. Hopefully, he's fallen and is merely injured.
Yeah.
If he went exploring, I can simply tell you, every Confederate I sent down to explore, I never saw again.
Well, that is certainly something we wish we had been told earlier. I thought, wait, hold on. I thought you didn't get anyone in there because of the Octena.
Oh, no, we've been in there many times, fought the Tenna many times, lost every time because we had no idea how to retrieve the string from it.
Right. He just did that thing where he summons the snakes and
Just some snakes after snakes after snakes.
Yeah.
So what, while you were fighting the...
Well,
you know what? Doesn't matter. Never mind.
I mean, Franklin had reloaded, so that's good. That's a promising sign.
Well, I'll send my friends regardless, but I would highly recommend not going down there. I thought thought that would go without saying, but intentionally going down there is probably not a great idea. If you do go down there, please don't wander.
Well, yeah, our intention isn't to wander because we're hoping, maybe he's having a whale of a time shooting snakes right now, and we just can't hear the gun going off. Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I believe in the young man. He's got a real way with those guns, and I think as long as he's got bullets, he'll be fine.
Well, I do hope I I do
See
hope
us again, yeah.
I see you all again.
Right. Not how we thought this day was gonna. I guess I didn't really have much of a thought about how this day was gonna go. Definitely not the way you thought this day was gonna go.
Definitely not the way I thought this day was going to go.
Right.
Says ethereal voice that sounds an awful lot like Adam.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you are back in the original room. 1, 2, 3, 4. Franklin, obviously I've got you there so that you can see what's going on, but if you, Thomas. It is been made pretty clear to you that these 4 creatures are sort of at your command.
Guess we could send him in to do some light scouting.
Yeah, let me. 1,
Or like maybe
2,
medium scouting.
3.
I think heavy scouting.
Yeah, they you direct them. They all sort of climb down that rope. Most of them with very little difficulty. One of them slips a couple times, but they all make it down to the bottom. Again, they disappear after the 20 feet or so. And you're left just sort of waiting for them to report. Let me see. Yeah, I'd say about it's about 15 minutes, right? And one of them sort of climbs up. Its torso is now above that sort of mist level and says, no sign of Mr. Saint anywhere down there. We haven't wandered too far. Afraid of getting lost for good. We can look further if you'd like.
All your compatriots still there?
Mm-hmm.
Then seems like you keep looking.
Understood. We will press on further. Guy, let me make another roll here. Ooh. Guy goes to climb down. You hear some rocks tumbling, and then him say, "Oh shit!" and then a thud. And 15 minutes go by.
Are you okay down there?
20 minutes go by. You do not
I
get a
just have my
response.
eyes tightly shut, trying to focus on praying.
30 minutes
You
go
don't mind if
by.
I go down
I
and
think that is qualified for at least 1 hour.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Shit. All right, let's make quick work of this so we can spend the rest of our 4 hours relaxing. What time is sundown again?
7 o'clock at night.
All right, Franklin, you going down? Not Franklin. Thomas, you going down first?
I mean,
Sure.
to the answer to is Franklin going down definitively? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. He
passed.
went.
He went. Everyone,
Yeah,
let's
head
go to the
down.
hunting grounds.
Is everybody heading down?
No.
Let me ask this differently. Right. Who all's
I
heading
am.
down?
Thomas goes down.
yes,
All right.
Abigail.
I'm
Okay,
headed
so-
down.
Thomas, Abigail, and Friendly, make me athletics rolls, please.
Oh God.
Man, it's a good thing that's a starting skill. So I don't have a -2. I hit roll, but nothing happened.
Oh my gosh.
Good Lord.
Okay.
I have no idea what's going on. I've hit the button several times and nothing is happening.
Yeah, I was like, I
Yeah.
don't think it's duplicating because there was a 2 somewhere in there early.
Yeah, that's very strange. I mean,
I'm going to refresh my page because
yeah, that's a great idea.
I
I
fall
have
down
lost
and eat
connection to
shit.
the server. I sure have.
Awesome. I'm going to kick you from the game, Ted. So that
I'm
you go-
downloading world data, so I don't need to log out.
Oh, okay, great.
I'm back in. I still see myself with the button to roll and no dice, so
Yeah, try roll.
I don't know if you want me to roll so I can see a number or if you want to go
give
with
it a
whatever
shot.
my first number was.
Give it a shot.
Okay, I see numbers this time.
Yeah, I see numbers. There we go. Excellent.
Okay.
Sticking with it, Friendly?
Yeah.
All right. Roll me a D4, please.
Well,
Yeah, that's really not what you wanted at all. Where's okay. Thomas,
I guess I should have clarified. Did the rope help anything?
it
Guess it
would
wouldn't
have
saved me.
right. Thomas and Abigail, you make it down fine. Friendly, you lower yourself over the edge and almost immediately lose your footing and then lose your grip and fall, and you fall the full like 48 feet. That is
Sure.
15 points of damage. So 5 is your toughness. That brings it to that shaken. Another 4 is 9. That's 1 wound. Another 4 is 13. That's 2 wounds. Yeah, so you're shaken with 2 wounds.
Well, I guess I'll now spend a Benny to do a soak roll.
Okay.
Big, bigger roll. Let's go.
All right.
Okay.
Nice. Hey.
Yeah, very nice.
So that's how many?
2.
Yeah.
Okay, so I fall on my head and then am shaken.
No, because if you soak all the wounds,
Right.
you are not shaken.
Yeah. So you're good.
I think you land with the wind knocked out of you.
Right.
Yeah, I roll, actually. I roll. I remembered the wisdom of past friendly. You hear as I'm falling past the two of you, roll! As I proceed to hit the ground and roll.
Tuck and roll.
Yeah,
You
rolling
hear as I
into a wall of rocks.
Yeah, as I hit the ground and try to roll, I bump into the wall, and then you just hear a very weak and faint roll.
Excellent. Great.
Yeah.
You are at the bottom of this crevasse. What is? I'm just gonna put you 3 in here so I know who's where.
Friendly, I know you're blessed and all, but
Yeah,
how are your bones not broken right now?
I rolled.
That don't make no sense.
It's a. I
You
did
fell
like a.
like 40 some feet.
Yeah, but I rolled, so it didn't get me all the way.
Wait, does it work like that?
I pointed at Abby. She'll tell you.
We should start looking for Franklin.
This hasn't been
Um,
a good day for us.
I mean, we've had worse.
We have.
I know
but-
that's not exactly helpful, but we
Yeah.
have had worse.
Okay, now that we're down here, I.
At least we haven't had dynamite explode in our faces,
True. Yeah.
right?
To be clear, we don't have any on us right now, right? Because.
I think Thomas does.
I have 6 sticks of dynamite on
Oh
me.
my God. Okay.
definitely light them right now. That's definitely the best thing you can do at the
All right.
bottom of this 2 walls of rocks.
I
We need a
brandish
light
my
source, light the
little
dynamite.
my little glowing rock high over my head.
All right.
Lead the way, I guess, Thomas.
Let's get
sh-
3 notice rolls.
One from each of us, or
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, 1 from each of you. Thank you.
Any
a
noticers?
rare success from friendly. Oh,
Definitely some noticers.
Okay. Thomas, you are just you're down at the bottom. You know, got your mission ahead of you. You are prepared to start walking around to find Franklin. Friendly and
Yeah,
Abigail.
I'm just walking.
Right. Similar, right? Except you do recall that you just sent, those 4 other creatures down here, right?
mhm.
And
Yeah.
there are no signs of them or of Franklin. There's no footprints. There's no nothing.
I think he went this way.
Based off what?
That there's this way.
I guess that's one of 2 options. So there's that way or that way.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to find any of them, are we?
Nope. I mean, we could try, but
We just got down here. You can't have that kind of attitude right away.
I don't wanna. But like, he's probably more likely to find his way back to us than we are to find. Maybe I don't know what the fuck the rock noise was over there. So maybe there's something to fight. I guess that would
Wow.
simplify things.
I'm hoping that it was them vampires dying. That's 4 less.
It dying to what though?
Well, we know them snake things are in here, and technically that large snake creature with the diamond in its head, it should
Right.
be either here or somewhere.
Shit. Okay.
Either way, we came to look and we ain't done it yet. So we're moving.
You're right. Yep.
Yeah, just I think we should probably stay close, like in the light, just so that mostly so I don't get yoinked by a snake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or I mean, I'll go in the middle. Abby, you okay with going behind me, or
Yeah, not a problem.
maybe
Cock
we
my
go
shotgun.
side by side? We'll go side by side behind you, Thomas, and I'll put like one hand on your shoulder.
All right.
All right. Y'all have a very similar experience to that which I described to the Bobcat. The initial part of this walk is very unremarkable. There's nothing really to see, nothing really to smell. You can't see above that sort of layer of mist that is probably 15, 20 feet above your heads. Um, after walking for a while, you see, you three actually see a group of 5 of these horned serpents. They all appear to be looking at you, appear to be sizing you up, and then they turn around and slither off um, away from you, um, sort of in the same direction that you guys were walking anyway. Uh,
We should go back and go the other way.
Why do you say that?
Because if Franklin had made it this far, those serpents wouldn't have come back.
Unless they ran away too, but I mean, yeah. Do we think there's like holes
We
in the
saw
wall we
5
can
of
go
them.
in?
There's no Franklin's body here.
True.
Brian. Well,
I guess
anyone seen any blood?
I don't.
anybody seen any holes in the wall that we came?
You mean like holes that them things are coming from?
Yeah, like snake holes.
Hmm,
I didn't
It's
feel
hard.
any when we were stepping.
I don't see nothing. Not really.
All right, so we turn around and try the other direction now.
I think we should.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's put a pause in that. Let's put a pin in that right now. We'll say for Joan and Cornelius, we'll call about 45 minutes, an hour at this point. What have the two of you been up to?
Well, kind of useless without PowerPoint, so just sitting and waiting, playing with cards.
Mm-hmm.
You're muted, Maggie.
I think I've just been deep in thought and worrisome, but trying to just meditate and regain my power as well. Uh, I don't think it's smart for us to also go down and be a third group down there. So I think
Okay.
we're best off just waiting.
Great. Let's check back in on our search party of 3 heading in the opposite direction. Again, a very similar experience to that which you have already experienced and Bobcat experienced before you. The initial part of this walk is completely uneventful, and the only options are to stop and turn around or to continue walking forward. There's no branching off. There's no, it's in most places, it's not even wide enough for y'all to walk shoulder to shoulder. Um, you probably spend about 15 minutes backtracking and then walk 15-20 minutes in the opposite direction before, again, more horned serpents, all clearly seeing you, clearly aware that you are seeing them, and they turn around and slither off in the same direction, away from you, in the same direction that you are walking.
Well,
That's another group of them.
yeah, but in this direction now.
And no signs either direction on which way they would have gone.
Well, I
Is
don't
that a
really see
question to
much
me?
down here.
I'm sorry?
Was that a question to me, or were you stating that to the party?
No, Abigail was stating that.
Gotcha.
Well, let's
Sorry.
get to the rope. We'll let the others know that we looked, we didn't see nothing, and then decide what to do.
Yeah. I agree.
Are we really going to work with him?
Duval?
Yeah.
But like I said, Franklin, my figuring was that we would fight our way to the train and get out of here. I frankly feel like we have unfortunately gotten far too entangled in this town's, well, politics. When we have a larger goal to handle. I mean, I understand why. I'm not unsympathetic. I just there is a world at risk if, of all descending or being pulled rather into the hunting ground. So I'm rather keen on preventing that. I've no desire to go to that place, since frankly everything we've seen that's come out of it or been associated with it has been, well, frankly terrible.
Yeah, if not outright evil, it hasn't been particularly kindly to people.
So
I mean,
I mean, I certainly wish we could have kept the string. That would have been ideal. But I think I
I'd
do
like to
think Joan made
believe
the
that
right decision.
maybe we can believe
Hard as
in
it must have been.
Duval the man, right? Like there's a person in there, I think. And maybe it has a monster riding it, but maybe we can believe in the person, you know?
Not particularly, no.
Well,
Regardless, we are where we are. We need to get to the rope, figure out what our next move is, and decide where we go from there.
do you think he's dead?
I think
Nah.
if he was, that we would have found a body, or literally any sign of a conflict or anything like
Bullet
that.
holes or something.
We never even heard a
seen
gunshot, which
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, we were some distance away, but we are in a cavern that would have echoed.
we've seen him through worse, and he's walked away.
I have full faith in him.
Yeah, but like the whatever this is, like gesture to the mist above us and like the ethereal glow. It's fucking like I don't know, it's different.
There is certainly a problem there, yes.
How long do we wait for him?
Well, right now we get back to the others and we decide what we do from there.
Is that
Damn it.
the rope up ahead, or am I seeing things?
I think you're seeing things. Never mind, that's the rope.
Yeah. Heading back, all told, you've probably been down here probably about an hour and a half. Let's see some athletics rolls to get back up this rope.
Hey Thomas, can you get up there and pull me up? I don't know if I got another roll in me.
Maybe.
I mean, I could tie. I'll tie. As Abby plummets past me.
There's just a sudden scream of roll, thonk, roll.
Yeah, I think
I just reflexively scream.
Right. I mean, I think with the critical failure, like we don't have to we don't have to roll to see how far you fall. You fall. Like you're almost at the top and reach to pull yourself over the ledge, and the part of the ledge that you grab onto to pull yourself up gives way, and you oh well, that's
Imagine Cornelius and Joan at
you-
the top. Okay, by the way, whee!
right.
Thomas and me are at the bottom.
Actually, very similar damage. 14 points of damage.
Alrighty. My base
Oh, your toughness is a lot higher.
is 6.
Yeah.
So that's only 1 wound.
Yeah.
6 and
As
11.
you hit the ground next to me.
I'll just take the wound.
Okay, privately, I'm thinking the ravine doesn't like the Beckett's. I think maybe this place isn't for us. Thomas, I'm gonna tie a rope around me, and you're gonna pull me up, and then we're gonna lower it back down and do the same for her, because we can't be
Nonsense.
trusted. Don't. You're just gonna climb back up it.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, there you go.
Well. Okay, Thomas.
I
Correction.
I do have. I
Yeah.
am stubborn.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Nice.
Thomas. You're gonna
Frickin'
climb up there.
Lift?
I'm gonna tie this around myself real tight and kind of like a harness, and then you're gonna
Okay.
lift me up. Okay.
Sure, you good at tying knots?
I'm fine. I mean, no, but yes. It'll.
Thomas,
do
make
it.
me an athletics check at +2.
Sure. +2.
Yeah.
An 8.
The Becketts are at the top of this
like
fissure.
as I'm getting pulled up halfway, at some point there's like a brief hitch, and you hear just friendly shriek roll, like just preemptively screaming it. My bad. False alarm.
All right. So we looked both directions. We didn't see any signs either way. We also didn't see any signs of the vampires.
Yeah.
Only saw them snake things.
But no signs of fighting or struggle or nothing. You said even the tracks was wiped away, washed away, blown away. Where's this wind coming from?
Well, I didn't see any tracks.
Yeah, I mean it is a stone ground, but you'd expect there'd still be footprints in the debris or scuff marks or anything like that. There's nothing.
Well, I mean, I can only guess that he went farther than y'all did in one of the directions. I worry that he passed through some portal or something. Or I mean, like this mist that ain't no natural fucking mist down there, you know. He's
What do you mean a portal? It's just a crack. It's a cave, and people get lost in caves.
The string that we just found was on the lyre that belonged to Orpheus as he walked through a cave into hell. So hell could be down there.
It also would explain where all those rainbow-colored snakes were coming from. I mean, I imagine they're not.
Anyone who's trying to figure this out, right? Make an occult or faith. Yeah, I think occult or faith roll.
Unskilled attempt. Here goes.
Oh, oh well, that's a 7 still. That's fine.
Hey, nailed it.
Okay. Yeah, I think the four of you talking it out and putting your heads together, past experiences, what you've experienced, in this town and in this, cavern, what you are able to piece together, right, is that this fissure is some sort of weak point between this world and the hunting grounds, and that people with appropriate knowledge, right? Certainly, creatures from the hunting ground can clearly, right, traverse it to enter our world from this thing. You've seen that. You've fought things from the hunting ground. Presumably, the opposite is also true, that people from this world can use this location or locations like it, should any others exist, to enter into the hunting ground. It does line up with the original tale that you were told of Orpheus, who went into the hunting grounds to rescue, went from this world into the hunting grounds to rescue his love. And it was in the process of trying to bring her back that he was unsuccessful, and the strings of his lyre were scattered throughout this world. You appear to have found one of these weak locations where passing through is possible.
Hang on now. You're all saying that we can traverse between that. How much of that story is real then? In there, like them Roman gods in that story, right? In and about all them, like Zeus and all that.
Sure.
Yeah, but I mean, at least I think that lyre string's all the proof I need to. There's magic in this world now. It's not too hard for me to believe that there was magic in it before.
All right. I mean, does that mean Zeus is real?
Or he was.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Or he was something that somebody else saw but didn't understand and described as Zeus.
Yeah. Hades too. I mean, the devil, the dealer upstairs. I mean, they're all just different forms of Manitou.
Well, if they're able to traverse, then how come they ain't pouring over? I mean, isn't that just what she wants?
I mean, it might not be that easy. It's probably pretty hard to find the exit from the inside.
Not only
Maybe
that,
it's like,
Duval seemed to, the way Duval was explaining it, it would seem that some of them cannot make the journey on their own. Maybe they're simply too big or not powerful
yeah,
enough, or are too magical to maintain connection. I can't believe I've just described something as too
Yeah,
magical.
you did.
But simply unable to be in our world without some sort of tether. That's why the Manitou inside Duval needs him, and why the Manitous
Manitou hitched a
inside,
ride in Donnie, and
yes, and the zombies need corpses.
hmm
These
I
things
mean,
seem to operate by rules of their own that we don't quite know or understand, but they have them all the same.
so you're thinking it could be like a sieve or something, where like little things get through no problem, but big things can't do it
Oh,
like
I'm
they can.
not making any sort of blanket statement other than they seem to have their own rules, which
True. I
Well,
mean,
okay, if they're coming out, then are we saying that? Are we saying Franklin went in?
I think it's very possible.
mhm.
It's about at this point that a couple more of these Nosferatu guys come walking in. We'll just use those four that are right there, along with Christophe Duval. So, well, I am happy to see that you all are still here. I don't see Franklin. Have you
yeah,
looked for him already?
hmm
a little bit.
We've got a
So,
theory. I feel like we've stumbled upon one of Orpheus's entrances or exits, a crevice to the hunting grounds, and I think I think it's pretty likely Franklin crossed over.
that
You're
is
from there. What
unfortunate
do you think
indeed.
happens to a living folk?
In the hunting grounds?
Hmm.
I suspect it will be a very unpleasant time for any living creature that finds themselves there. They will be a target, a plaything for the Manitous that are down there. Somewhere between a trophy and a ticket out, as most Manitous need to anchor themselves to something from this world in order to make it to this side. Um, it is, from what I understand, it is against the laws of the hunting ground for the living to be there. And there are those, even in that location, that care about such things. But finding them will be difficult, and paying the price they demand to come back to the world of the living, well, I must imagine it's certainly steep. What do you plan on doing about this? As I've said, retrieving the string for me has bought you my allegiance. Now, I fought for 10 years to get this string to keep me out of the hunting ground. So I will not be going back, not voluntarily. But I will offer what assistance I can, be it in that endeavor or if you have other things you need me to take care of, I will do what I can. If I were in your shoes, I would have that one, and he points at you friendly, remove his hat and say a few words. I do not think you will be seeing your friend again. Should you choose that route, please just wait till I've left.
Well, it's a good thing I don't give a shit what you think. I move to gather the rope, test it secured, I begin prepping to go down.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas,
Hmm.
that's a bad idea.
I know. But I'm
If
not
you
gonna let him just be lost at the whim of these things.
you are planning on going in without any other means of finding your way to him or getting back out, this is something we have to do from this side if we want to find him. We do not have any of the power that we have here there.
Well, I don't have any powers,
Hey, do you have
and
any
neither does he.
ideas?
That's what I mean. Everything that you can do be done here better. Going out there is just making it so the rest of us have to find both of you.
Okay, so how do we find him?
Go upstairs, ask for help.
You're talking about the dealer.
Do you know someone else?
No, I was just clarifying. I think that's the best idea we have. And
I think so too, because the other options are wait for him to come back dead or with a dark passenger, or the lot of us make an expedition into Hades itself, which I don't think is a good idea. And um,
Well,
the
I'd
dealer
go
can probably do a
for
better.
him, for all of you.
I know you would, and I love you for it, Thomas. But we, as a group, we cannot do that. There are
it's
bigger things at stake.
it's not that we can't. We can always come back down if the dealer can't help. But I agree with Cornelius that we have an option available to us that is more likely to result in us getting Franklin back than if we go down in that hole. And Thomas, we don't even know which way he went. We could come out in a completely different part of a near infinite realm with no chance of finding him. Or we can go talk to one denizen who seems to be here and enjoy a certain amount of chaos, and sending us in the right direction would certainly feed that. I want to help Franklin as well. And I
If y'all
think
can get
Cornelius
up
is
there,
right. That's the best way to do it.
if y'all can get up there to talk to him, or you can talk to him from down here, then I'm gonna stay and try my way.
Okay.
I'd rather we all stay together from now on so that no one else ends up in the hunting grounds.
I mean, you're not. Your way doesn't involve going down in the crevice, right? Frendel.
As Friendly is getting into like a seated position and then crosses his legs, like reaches out to take hold of the end of the rope. He's clearly not like in a position to go over the edge, and just closes his eyes.
Yeah, I'll set the rope in your hand. All right.
I'm just fucking praying. Like
Okay.
Friendly's
Plan A,
going
we
deep.
try your way. Plan B, I'll go after him. Even if I'm lost, at least he won't be alone.
Or you'll both be alone, but I take your meaning. We should try to be quick, Cornelius.
Cornelius, you say you want to engage the dealer to try and bring your friend back?
I just had a couple questions that we could start with. Yeah.
Do you have the box of my things that I sent to you?
Yes. I'll pull it out.
I could never figure out how to use those poker chips properly. But where the fuck are they? Oh, there they are. But I believe could be useful in your hands. And he informs you that each of these poker chips allows you one extra card when you're dealing with the devil.
Oh, damn.
Right. They're single use only, so you turn the poker
Right.
chip in and you get an additional card, but it seems like that might come in handy. And on cue, I don't have a token for him, but well, do I? Yeah, hold on. Oh yeah, I do have a token for him. On cue, on this outcropping of rocks over here, the dealer materializes. Just says, well, Mr. Cox, you and your friends do not disappoint. Gotten rid of Tenna. You've given that thing the string. The town is on fire. And poor Mr. Saint has gone missing. What a shame.
Franklin.
We need to get him back.
Well, with happy fortune. I know just where I've buried him.
Then by all means, I'll sort of gesture like kind of towards the crevice.
Well, perhaps you'd like to play me for him?
I will produce my deck of cards.
Time to duel.
Oh
He's in the shadow realm.
Send him to the
Oh my
shadow
god.
realm.
Oh my god, it's a duel. It's a duel.
Right.
Amazing.
Very well. Best hand wins. You win,
Okay.
and I bring Franklin back. I win. You all go in after him.
I think
Well
if you didn't
enough.
bring him back, that was what we were gonna do anyways. So
All right, give me a
Miss
second.
Broussard, please don't tell him what we're planning.
oh yeah, shoot, sorry.
Make sure you tell him your real legal name, like every bit of it.
Oh. Let me figure out how I want to do this, which would have been great if I had figured that out before I proposed it.
That's not the game we're playing, Adam, and you know it.
Yeah, I think what I want to do is I'm going to deal myself a hand,
Mhm.
make the best hand I can, and then have you try and beat it.
I think that's fair.
Sound reasonable?
Let us know what he's got to get.
Yeah. Let me figure out
Oh, God.
how I want to do this.
This is hype. This is hype as shit.
I know one hand, Cornelius. One hand.
Get your bennies ready.
One hand to save your friend from the hunting ground.
That's what being
I
a
won't let
huckster is
you
all
do-
about, you know?
Really, it's to save all of us from the hunting grounds.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to let you guys know. I told Max this like weeks ago. I was like, yeah, Franklin's going to end up in the hunting grounds some way, somehow. I did not think this was going to be the way. I thought I was just going to die.
Okay. Yeah, the best I've got here is Jack of Diamonds, Jack of Clubs, Red Joker. That's
Three of a kind.
three of a kind.
Very good.
Okay. All right. So we'll pull my
Oh, pop off.
One,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay.
3.
Oh,
Holy cow.
oh,
Holy cow.
oh, oh.
I can't see it all the thing. Someone tell me. Or someone tell me. Oh, my God.
Oh, well. Yeah, I mean,
At the very least, there's 3 of a kind
Yeah.
aces. It looks like
Yeah.
you could make a straight.
I think you
You
can make a
could.
straight with a Joker.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
can make a straight.
Ace,
Yeah.
2, 3,
Yeah.
4,
Two as
5.
Joker as a 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5.
You could do
Yeah.
3 pair ace, or you could do you could do a straight.
You could actually do a higher straight. 7, 6 with
Yeah.
the Joker. 5, 4, 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, this
Oh
is
my
crazy.
god. Oh my
Cornelius
god.
crushing the deal.
Fucking
Cornelius has been hiding
1, 2, 3.
some of
Yeah.
his skills.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Bro, his
Okay, I
only
think
competition
that's
was
right.
me, man. I didn't know what game I was playing half the time.
Okay.
Yeah,
we don't need
straight.
to worry. Like, this is not an official like PowerPoint situation, right?
Yeah,
So you're
yeah.
not actually going to get
neutral
any of
that
those,
anyway.
right? But I mean, you have clearly beaten the dealer's hand as you both lay them down. Sort of glares at you. Anything you have to say to the dealer in this moment?
It'd be fucked if I gave him the satisfaction. So no.
Says, well, I am a man of my word. You will find your friend just outside of the Duval Manor. I think
I don't mean this question the way it's going to sound immediately, but are you a man? Like, we've met Duval, who is a man with a Manitou riding him. We've met Emerson, a corpse with a Manitou riding him. I'm just scientific curiosity, you understand?
Understood. Well, you are clearly
Understood.
becoming
Walks away.
you are clearly becoming more and more familiar with the Manitous that require living hosts to make it into this world. Some through areas such as this, and gives a rather dismissive wave of the hand towards this crevice that you're gathered around. He says, I require none of that. And disappears slowly.
We'll lean into Cornelius. Okay, I have to admit, that is a very stylish exit.
Should I stop praying?
Probably not.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going.
I mean, we should all get up and start walking, but I don't think stopping pray. Well, actually, yes, you should. I don't think it's doing a damn thing. But if it brings you comfort, by all means. As long as it won't slow us getting to the door to Duval's mansion.
Right. Duval says, listen, I know you're the worse for wear, but I think under the circumstances, we should make haste to my manor and find your friend there. I can't believe I'm going to ask this question. It seems ridiculous on its face. Cornelius.
We can play if you want.
Is your man no? is your man to be trusted?
Sorry, one more time.
Is your man to be trusted?
Trust?
He's talking about the dealer.
Right, yeah. He just snorts.
Well, let's
Is Franklin
go.
here yet?
As I understood
I think he's
it,
telling the truth. If anyone ever is wondering, at any given time, I do think that he will always be telling the truth, whether or not we're happy about that.
As I understood it, Franklin won't be arriving back here.
Go to your mansion.
Yeah, Franklin will be arriving outside the mansion somewhere.
Surrounded by Emerson boys.
Great. Let's go.
We should be hurrying.
Okay. I think what we're going to do here, you know what? Let's take 15 minutes while I figure out how I want to set this up.
Right.